is very temperate. I'm gonna make this whole world grow corn, and now it's an agri world, or an agricultural world, and it just pumps out food for mankind. You know, stuff like that. Adira frowns as her gaze grows distant, as if she is looking through the sergeant. You're a good soldier, but you've got a lot of blood on your hands, both yours and others. You know the same hand that salutes now might falter in darkness. Rank and epaulets won't save you from bitterness. Pardon me, my lady, but I can't get my head around these fancy words you're saying. I've seen plenty of blood, but trust me, I'll fight to my last drop. What tech priest? A very important person from the Adeptus Mechanicus arrived on the last shuttle before they locked down the sky. He kept on asking whether anyone by the name of Amarant or Amarnant or something like that had recently arrived. Barely answered any of our questions, though, said he was under no obligation to tell us anything. He demanded to talk to the governor personally, so I had to send a quarter of my troops with him to keep trouble at bay. You're a good soldier, Malgar. I'll see that your heroism is noted. The sergeant blushes slightly. I live to serve! Another explosion interrupts the sergeant's words. With a sigh of relief, he turns to his soldiers and spits out a booming series of commands. End dialogue. Alright.
So, this is how vast the sky is. It is no wonder that mutiny broke out here. How can order be maintained in a place without compartments or bulkheads?
Oh, that's right. She was born on the ship.
It is not the size of the territory, but the competence of the governor that matters. Ugh, he did not even send a proper cortege to meet us.
Okay. Wait, hold on. What's going on? Sorry, one sec. Okay, should be fun.
Curiosity sings in my veins. Oh, glorious spectacle!
Prepare for battle.
Demise.
Oh, please, you try!
She can't move? Huh. Okay. Alright.
Trust me. I would that I could.
Oh, shoot, I messed
I
up.
cannot serve you in this way.
Okay. Well, alright, end turn then. I shoot him. Use run and gun.
I'll do it.
Dang, miss. Alright, use him.
Time to slaughter. Fear nothing. Stop it!
Alright, endure.
Thought.
Let's do... Taunt on all these.
Within schemes.
And put shield toward them. Okay, let's see. Forewarning.
Will do.
Buff the boss man.
But of course,
Free science.
on it.
Scream in his head. Spillover damage hits him.
Let's make it quick. Just a minor setback. Let's get to it. Here we go.
Okay. Let's see. Reveal the light. Buff him.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
Hold on.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
As honor ordained. Come, the other side awaits.
Okay. Stats running.
If I may.
Alright, Abelard's turn.
Indeed. Reduced to dust.
I must not fall.
One of the NPC guards. Rebel.
I am your blade and shield.
Blade dance.
Killing.
Chop, chop,
brings
chop.
me no pleasure. The shadows will see it done. As on death is a blessing.
Dang. She killed a lot of folks there. And then, what does this do? Death Waltz. Use death from above against this target enemy without spinning a charge, immediately making a blade melee attack against that enemy. Repeats this combination up to 4 times. Alright. Teleport back to where you started. Okay.
As the I'll do it. Doubt is for the weak.
She can't get line of sight of that guy. From there she can.
In battle.
There's... Aha! You shot your friend in the back, you idiot.
The storm approaches.
I am the storm that has
Genius at
approached.
work. A wicked thought.
Taunt.
Cover me.
Is there more enemies? Oh, there's one over there. Okay.
Anything else?
Put some buffs on Abelard.
Let's get to it.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
A tactically sound approach.
Moving out. A dance of blades and shadows.
Guided by faith.
Alright, taunted him.
Why did I not foresee this?
Wait, what? I just taunted him! Why did he go shoot someone else? I don't know, maybe it resisted or something.
That is foolishness. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. I will do my duty.
I bring mercy and retribution. This goes against the tenets.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
Alright,
Even
Char...
I
No?
won't do that. War is my muse.
Okay, cannot quite reach there.
Let's see.
Alright, taunt actually worked that time.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
Death comes in silence.
Man, she does a crazy amount of damage for sure. Alright, so Abelard got a wound from that. Is Kibble his voice actor Liliana?
To the ordinary,
Ooh, I don't know.
am an enigma.
I would believe it, but I do not know.
One
You should look it up.
at a time, amidst the madness.
Alright, quick save. That's one battle down. Lore Imperium.
A mere
The side of the shuttle is obscure pilot's jargon scribbled all over it instead of plain, honest Gothic. Wait, what did the rest say? Making sense of these scribbles is beneath you. Freaking pilots.
What lies beyond?
The eyes lie, the final dawn purifies vision. Folks, how about you don't come any closer and I don't shoot you? Gain true vision, renounce false sight, all will be revealed. Wait, is my character killing them both? Oh, Abelard is. The young, shaggy-haired soldier is still pale. Nonetheless, as you approach, he holsters his pistol, the hallmark of good discipline. He gives you a somewhat frightened but genuine smile. Thank you, my lord. You arrived in the nick of time. I don't know what those babbling creeps wanted with me, but it definitely wasn't anything good. Are you unharmed, soldier? Thanks to you, my lord. Those blind lunatics are all over the city right now. These rebels, damn them to the void, I'll go around maiming anyone they get their hands on and scorching their eyes. Then they leave the poor sods driven mad by the pain to wander the streets babbling nonsense. He lowers his voice and adds with gravity. The command doesn't want anyone to talk about it, but I've heard whispers that it's not just some nonsense. It's heresy. Actual heresy. Because listening to it scrambles your brain. It made one patrolman freeze in his tracks while the blind mob got hold of him and carried him from his post off to who knows where. Who are you? Lucky Jasper, the governor's aide and personal Vox operator. I was dispatched to the starport on special orders. The young man proclaims, desperately trying to tame his tousled hair. And what exactly were you doing here on your own? Following Governor Medna's special instructions. Namely, he grits his teeth with a pained expression furrowing his brow. Oh, right, it's a secret assignment. I can't talk about it. Lore Imperium. I am a rogue trader. Why don't I simply order you to tell me everything? It is well within my rights. A rogue trader? After casting a quick glance over your gear, he nods in understanding. Oh, you must be from House von Valancius' ship. The Starport Augur's surveillance station reported that it had detected your ship entering the system. Then you heaved to, sent a shuttle to another unidentified ship, strange one at that, and then that ship departed. Jaspar pauses for a second, then mumbles. But, the Augur surveillance station's reports are not to be disclosed to third parties, but you know that already, don't you? Well, alright. If you really are a rogue trader, I'll tell you everything. Why did they send you to the starport? Let's see, Celinda says, if I remember correctly, it's God Emperor, then Inquisition, then Rogue Traders. That should be the ranking in terms of how important they are. They're definitely up there. But still definitely need to be afraid of Inquisition. I'm supposed to deliver updated Vox codes, and how should I put it, assess the situation. The planet is a real mess at the moment. The rebels have found their way into our VoxNet and are now eavesdropping. They made proper communication impossible. The hollowed electrodynamic Cenobium had sent out distress call before it went dark. And who even knows what happened to the system? There's been a riot on Rykati Philia, the prison planetoid. Urak 5 station is silent, although the navigators there have always been a reclusive bunch. I was hoping I'd be lucky enough to run into a pilot or captain here who could give me an update, but that's hardly a possibility right now. The rebels are blasting anything that tries to land out of the sky with their damn cannon. Awareness succeeded. He stops talking, a little too abruptly. I'm looking for an interrogator of the Inquisition who may have arrived on this planet. Have you heard of anyone matching that description? His face quickly turns gray as he says, I have, but I don't know where he is now. I'm sorry, but I don't like discussing the affairs of the Inquisition. Tell me about Urak 5. There's not much anyone could tell you about it. The station belongs to the Navis Nobilite themselves. The Emperor only knows what they do up there, or even who lives up there. They scorn ordinary folk. The only person they're willing to grace an audience is the esteemed Evane Winterscale. It is beginning to sound like he's complaining. That place is creepy. They say they order shuttles with servants from Rykad Minoris on a regular basis. I guess they're too important to keep up there to change filters and clean compartments themselves, huh? Except I've never met anyone who has served there. It's like no one ever comes back. Cassia, your brothers and sisters lived and died for a great cause, serving a navigator house and therefore all of the Imperium. It is a high honor, one that few could bear. Only now does Jaspar notice Cassia and his eyes go wide with fear. He closes his mouth a few times helplessly like a fish, unable to utter a sound. Instead, he just nods nervously. Who is Evane Winterscale? The esteemed and honorable scion of blessed rogue trader Caligos Winterscale, master of the Rykad system. At the behest of his illustrious father, or grandfather, or uncle, well, his illustrious relative, Lord Yvain took up residence on Rykad Minoris. Jaspar's face betrays a fierce inner struggle before he blurts out. You know what I think? I find it curious that Blessed Caligos doesn't make him the ruler of our world. Lord Yvain is his blood, but it's the governor who rules us. Why do you think he sent him here? I think he's been exiled. There's something else you're hiding from me, isn't there? More classified secrets? Jaspar looks away. Nothing classified, just personal. There's another reason I'm here. My betrothed is missing. Raquel Vekhari, the esteemed Yvain Winterscale's personal pilot. When the riot reports came from Rykad Philia, Lord Yvain headed there personally. Then this rebellion started down there and we lost communication. No one knows how they're doing up there. You know what I'm afraid of? They say that they'll come back and those rebel scumbags will shoot them out of the sky. I wanted to find a place that's high up, set up a Voxcaster there and send them a transmission. The sky's closed off, don't try to land. But I didn't make it in time. Those blind dogs chased after me and as I was running I tripped and I broke the caster. He hangs his head sadly. I worry for her. She's an excellent pilot, but I still worry. Abelard shakes his head disapprovingly, but his eyes are understanding. That is why all members of a Voidship clan share the same employment. No matter how devoted a servant of the Emperor is to their duty, there's always the danger that family ties might disrupt regulations and order. I see. Jaspar smiles, but his smile looks a little less carefree than a few moments ago. I have no more questions. It was my pleasure to be of service to you, my lord. It's been nice to chat with someone normal. He glances warily at the body of the nearest blinded lunatic. I must take my leave. You're right. We shouldn't stay here, or we might run into rebels. I'll go find a safe place to watch the sky for any landing shuttles. May the Emperor protect you, my lord. Let's see. It's muddier than that. Inquisitors can't specifically order rogue traders around, but most rogue traders are smart enough not to annoy the Inquisitors, simply because they could usually make even a rogue trader disappear. Let's see. I'm not sure if it's been posted here, but there's a teaser. Let me see. What's going on? What? So it says 15 days, and there is an icon that I can only think of as Bard. Are they gonna add a... Maybe the next expansion will have a Bard... Hang on, what? But the thing is, the shape of the icon is that of a trait. Hang on a second. Hang on. One sec. I'm opening my game. That looks like a trait icon, not like a specialization, right? One sec. Bard spec for all? Yeah, dude, I don't know. Hang on. Derailed? Yeah, dude, completely derailed here. Give me a sec. This would make a great short video, if so. I am booting up Guild Wars 2 to check something. Okay. Let's see. Later. All right. And this. It's a specialization icon. Okay. Hang on. All right. So here's the thing. The icon shape here matches a specialization. So, but who would get it? Or would everybody get it? Alright, hold on. Chat, we're going to record a very short video for the YouTubes. Give me just a second here. Hang on. Hello, Guild Wars 2 gamers. Mukluk here, freshly cut Mukluk here. And today is Monday, June 30th, and we've got a tiny bit of Guild Wars 2 news teaser, sort of. I'll get straight to it. Today on X, or, you know, formerly known as Twitter, Guild Wars 2 tweeted 15 days with this picture, which my first thought is a Bard. Now, I'm wondering, just like when we were getting close to Janthier being released, they gave us teasers for spears coming out of the water. I see this, and a couple of things I immediately notice is the icon in the background is the same as the icon for a specialization. So this is ranger marksmanship right here, nature magic, etc., etc. So, assuming this is Bard, who's gonna get it? Or will everyone get it? Because let's just assume for a second this is a new specialization and it's musical in nature. I'm just gonna keep calling it Bard for the purposes of this video. If Bard is coming to the game, when Spears came out, everyone got access to Spears. When Expanded Weapon Proficiency came out, all classes got access to that. When the Weapon Master Training came out, all classes got access to that. All the features in the last 2 expansions were available to every single class. I doubt a new specialization would come out only for one class. So I'm wondering if everybody is going to get a new, like, core specialization that's Bard? Like, warrior bards and necro bards, you have to sing, like, heavy metal if that's a thing. I don't know. But that's my thought right now, based on this thing. I don't know anything about bards within the lore of Guild Wars 2, other than Loranity herself. I'll say that the previous games I played that had bards, Dungeons & Dragons, Pathfinder, EverQuest, all of those, bards were the masters of short-term, powerful buffs. Now, in Guild Wars, that's just the entire boon system. Like, it's the whole damn boon system. So I don't know what these would do, because the entire buff system of Guild Wars 2 is basically the Bard system of every other game I've played. So, assuming that they are bringing Bard to it, I'm not sure what would be entailed. But at the very least, it seems someone is getting a ukulele specialization. What do you think? If you've got any thoughts on this, or if you know any Guild Wars lore related to people of bardic nature, throw it in the comment section down below. I'm very curious to see it, and we'll see what everybody thinks. Alright, there we go. Easy video. Easy video. Alright, that's a loot, isn't it? I don't know. Okay. Back to Heresy.
In this tapestry of the world, I am the rogue thread.
They could do every buff, no restrictions? I don't know. If they did that, they would be like... They would have to make some choices. Double quickness? Oh my god, no. Get out of here with that.
Oh, another annoyance.
Are you ready to die?
Okay, Argenta gets to go first.
None can escape the Emperor's
You're dead.
judgment.
You're dead.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Abelard. Go here. Endure.
Let's get to it. Time to slaughter someone.
Mike, did you see the Guild Wars 2 teaser? Yeah, oh my god! He just tried to shoot me, hit a barrel, and blew up his friends. Yeah, we just did a little short about it.
I shall kill it. Brings me no pleasure.
Hold on. Let's make it quick.
Pain.
Oh my god, I just took a lot of damage.
Anything else? On it. Will do. Be gone.
I am a navigator, not a servitor. Do not dare ask. I have read tomes of military tactics.
What is the range on this? Oh wow, this is a pretty short range.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
A wicked thought.
Here we go.
Alright, he's tanking those three.
Fading strike is a prayer.
Dang.
In thy
Firearm
light I
mastery?
stand, and thy light I crave.
Why are these all 45%? Alright, what if you swap weapons?
This is unacceptable. I refuse.
There's... What? Okay. That won't work.
I'll do it. Eradicate it. Doubt is for the weak. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Rip. Alright, entrench. Alright, Abelard.
At your beck and call. It will.
Let's get The shadows will see it done. As the tenants demand. I shall. The other side.
Dude, she is nasty. Alright.
This is just
Oh, God!
too much for me.
Alright, she just got rocked.
What of course.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. I'm not accustomed to being...
At your beck and call.
Alright. Can't quite reach him with a taunt.
What if? Schemes within schemes.
Alright, there we go.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart. Faith without deeds is worthless.
Yeah, she's doing work with that last gun.
My place is at the fore.
I am your blade and shield.
Alright, Mike, do you want some tips of the Bring It Down power? It has synergies? No, I'll figure it out, but thank you. I beat the game on hard difficulty before, but, you know, this is coming back to it after a lot of patches. When the wearer does damage to the enemy, they have a 25% chance to gain 2 movement points. Could be good for her.
Patience! My nerves are frayed!
Over there. This ocular implant was a worthwhile investment.
The tour was placed in a great hurry, but the Technomat never had the chance to
Emperor
activate it.
favors me today. Never doubt me. I better myself.
Alright, give me just a second. I am tabbing out for a moment. Let me... That little video we recorded a minute ago. Let me throw this up on the YouTube, and I'll need to make a thumbnail later on. Okay. The insurgents walked in a crowd right across the mine barrier, seemingly oblivious to the fear of death.
They will see. Oh, yes, indeed. They all will see.
Change is coming. The edge is nigh.
The blinded ones are harmless. No sense in shooting them and drawing attention.
Fire on the nearest target! The tech priest! We need to take him alive!
Find it, and let their enemies weep not.
What's he doing? Pull back!
He ran explodevehicle.exe.
May knowledge be thy fate. Let the cycle be discontinued.
The man dresses in crimson. The man dressed in crimson should not have survived an explosion like that. However, he is alive, and you hear the wheezing of the respirator that covers half his face.
Not another step.
A trill comes from the folds of the partially smoldering crimson raiment. It is binaric speech, the sacred language of the Adeptus Mechanicus. The binaric hymn transforms into a Vox-synthesized voice that sounds like rolling thunder over a vast plain.